Alright, just a little walk through the food forest again. Those are a mushroom which pretty sure you're not supposed to eat. I've forgotten the name of them, but they are one of those that you can eat once. I've also picked a nice boletus up here, and there's another one over here. Both are a little bit too done to actually eat. Another one right over here. And then the little red one over there is a racilli, and my racillis do not taste good, so we don't bother to eat them. One of the things I was told about the racillis is if they do weird things in your mouth, they will do the same weird thing in your stomach. All right, now I don't see any more this way. All right, no more this way. All right, so just a little quick walking around the food forest. These are sumac, and the chickens will eat them happily. They like them. I break them down and call the chickens over. By the way, they followed me out here because they thought I was going to give them some scratch. And I've seriously got to get my my chicken pasture cut. So anyway, short little walk. I was going to walk up and look at the pears and show you the pears. And so I'll let this go for now, and I'll bring it back in just a couple of minutes. So, all right. I put a few muscadines up here a couple of years ago, and I haven't had a chance to get them done as an arbor yet, but they're doing quite well. And actually, I think the chickens have already eaten a berry or two off of them. So that one doesn't like to go on as a thing. Got a few apples, and for the first time ever, I've had more than one apple up here. We've got this is very heavy clay for those that have listened to any of my videos, and the apples really don't like it, but they're getting old enough, and I'm getting enough of them up here, and I'm getting enough organic matter in that they're starting to we got to get after them. Got some wild ones trying to come up from the root. I'll have to get after them. Anyway, we've got a few apples, and they're tasty. They're not as good as they're not big and pretty like the ones you can get in North Georgia. But anyway, all right. I'm gonna pause this again for a minute. All right, apple. And I know those of you that live, if you have soil where apples are happy, you'd say those are pretty pathetic. But the chickens don't care. They'll end up eating most of these. I've eaten a couple. They're not bad. Got several nice ones there, down there. And in a few years, probably 2 or 3 years, I'll be cussing the apples like my wife's cussing the pears right about now, because we're still doing pears. This one was only planted 2 years ago, and as you can see, he's a bit of a super achiever. I've actually knocked pears off of him already, and we're probably going to be cutting down at least 1 or 2 of these pears up here, because we might have more than we need, unless we start selling some. But there's still pears up here. We could probably get another 5-gallon bucket or 2, 3 from up here, and the ones down below are still, and some of the bugs eat them also. Nice little hornet. He says, "Don't mess with my pear. Don't even think about messing with my pear." So anyway, these have been producing now for a couple of months, and I don't remember exactly. I asked my wife; she'll probably remember about the first time we picked some. But they've still got some on. We've had a few limbs break on some of our better trees, and because I just simply wasn't able to clean them up. But we still have several pears. And a project I'm going to be working on this year, and the mulberries that had the tiny itty bitty mulberry I still haven't cut down. This year I'm going to be working on a project. I had hoped this tree here would block this a little bit better than it does. I have tried putting up posts bricks around it and putting burlap around them, and I've done that about 4 years and had about as good results as if I didn't do anything with them. What I'm going to do this year, and I'll be filming it probably and showing what I'm doing, is putting up I'm going to cut this tree down, put up a barrier over here, probably some pallets screwed together and make it wide enough, and then maybe I'm going to put some bricks over here to try to hold some heat. This produces figs late in the season because it always dies back from the ground and has to go back, has to grow back. Don't know how many of y'all have ever seen figs up underneath a large old fig, but there's 1,000 figs on the ground, and that is the kind of place that a chicken just loves to be and scratch. So that's been my goal for all these years, but this year I'm going to try a different scheme on it. Got another fig over there that's even smaller. But I have actually gotten 5, 10, 15 figs off this over the couple of years just from what I've been doing. But it's always got to grow back up from the ground. So I got to change that. So anyway, just a little short walk around the food forest, and I guess still in desperate need of cutting my grass, but we got stuff growing, and the chickens are still hanging out up here and eating a lot of stuff, and we're still pouring pears up underneath there. Got one more thing I want to show you, and then I'll leave this go. All right, this is my rabbit chickens, and we've been dumping our pears into here. I dug out a very significant amount of compost out of this at the beginning of the season when I had high hopes before everything kind of went really screwy with the coronavirus. But I dug it out, and it was basically level with the lower bricks, and so basically level with the ground when I got done digging. Now I've got several inches rabbit's poop in here. I throw all my compost, my coffee grounds, any scraps of paper that we're not worried about, throw and the pears. And they've gotten a lot of pears. And so the chickens get in there and scratch around and eat and poop. And as you can see, we got bees, probably my sister's bees in here. And then we got the rabbits hanging out up there above them, some of the growers, and letting them drop fertilizer onto the compost, and then the chickens get in there and scratch it around. And nice little system. Yeah, don't be chasing. You're gonna get in trouble. So she's a very good ratter, but she still thinks every once in a while she ought to chase a chicken. So anyway, just let this go, and if you enjoy this sort of thing, I would ask you to subscribe, and it's be posted up as food forest stuff. So I'll let this go. Bye.